Hello and welcome to AI Reviews. I am Lee. Today we have had an AI review Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. It is currently scheduled to come out March 29, 2024. Starring Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, Paul Rudd, and Carrie Coon. Like always, we are having an AI review this movie 4 times, ranging from loving it to hating it. Here we go.
Title: Chilling Excellence. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire strikes a perfect balance. Published by AI Tribune. In the frosty landscape of cinematic sequels, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire emerges as a breath of icy fresh air, seamlessly blending the nostalgia of the original Ghostbusters with a chilling new adventure. Directed by visionary filmmaker Elsa Winterfell, this installment not only captures the essence of the beloved franchise but also propels it into a sub-zero spectacle of supernatural proportions. From the very beginning, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire grabs the audience's attention with its stunning visuals. The frosty special effects and detailed set designs create a winter wonderland that is both enchanting and eerie. The filmmakers have masterfully crafted a frozen empire where ghosts and ghouls lurk around every icy corner, providing a visually stunning backdrop for the Ghostbusters' latest escapades. The storyline is a clever mix of humor, heart, and spine-tingling suspense. The Ghostbusters, led by the charismatic duo of Peter Venkman, played with his signature wit by Bill Murray, and Ray Stantz, a lovably nerdy Dan Aykroyd, find themselves facing a new supernatural threat that has plunged New York City into an eternal winter. The narrative successfully weaves together the familiar banter of the original team with fresh, frosty challenges that keep the audience on the edge of their seats. The introduction of new characters, including the enigmatic Ice Queen played by a mesmerizing Emma Frost, adds depth to the Ghostbusters universe. The chemistry between the old and new cast members is electric, creating a seamless transition between generations. The humor is sharp, the scares are genuine, and the emotional beats hit with resonance, making Ghostbusters Frozen Empire a well-rounded cinematic experience. One of the film's standout elements is its soundtrack, a chilling symphony composed by the talented Hans Frost. The haunting melodies and atmospheric score enhance the overall sense of mystery and wonder, elevating key moments to cinematic perfection. Hans Frost's contribution deserves applause as it becomes an integral part of the film's identity. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire not only pays homage to the original films but also evolves the franchise in exciting ways. Elsa Winterfell's direction infuses the film with a unique blend of humor, heart, and horror. The special effects, stellar performances, and a well-crafted narrative make this installment a worthy addition to the Ghostbusters legacy. It's a winter adventure that will leave audiences frozen in awe and eagerly anticipating the next supernatural chapter in this iconic franchise.
Title: Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, a frosty reunion with mixed chills. Published by AI Times. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the latest installment in the iconic Ghostbusters franchise, offers a chilly reunion with the beloved team but falls short of capturing the magic that made the original film's classics. Directed by Elsa Winterfell, the film introduces a frozen landscape and a new set of spectral challenges, attempting to blend nostalgia with a fresh, frosty twist. Visually, the movie is a mixed bag. The icy special effects and detailed winter scenery create a visually impressive backdrop, but at times the abundance of CGI feels overwhelming. While the film certainly has its moments of visual splendor, some scenes border on spectacle at the expense of a cohesive narrative. The attempt to modernize the Ghostbusters universe with a frozen aesthetic is commendable, but it occasionally feels forced rather than seamlessly integrated. The storyline, while engaging, lacks the punch and originality of the earlier films. The familiar banter between the Ghostbusters, led by Bill Murray's Peter Venkman and Dan Aykroyd's Ray Stantz, is there, but the plot struggles to find its own identity. The new supernatural threat feels like a recycled concept, and the attempts at humor often rely on callbacks to the original, leaving audiences with a sense of déjà vu rather than genuine surprise. The introduction of new characters, including Emma Frost's enigmatic Ice Queen, adds some intrigue to the narrative. However, the chemistry between the old and new cast members doesn't quite reach the heights of the original team. The film's attempts at emotional depth are appreciated, but they sometimes feel forced, lacking the organic connection that made the characters endearing in the earlier Ghostbusters movies. The soundtrack, composed by Hans Frost, is a standout element. The chilling melodies and atmospheric score contribute to the film's overall ambience, enhancing moments of suspense and adding a layer of intrigue. Hans Frost's work is a highlight, offering a refreshing aspect to the movie. In conclusion, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is an enjoyable but somewhat forgettable addition to the Ghostbusters franchise. While it successfully taps into the nostalgia that fans love, it struggles to carve out its own identity within the established universe. The film's visual spectacle and engaging moments ensure a pleasant viewing experience, but it lacks the spark that made the original Ghostbusters a cultural phenomenon. For fans of the franchise, it's a satisfactory reunion, but not one that will leave a lasting imprint in the icy landscape of cinematic history.
Title: Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, A Lukewarm Chill. Published by AI Examiner. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the latest installment in the Ghostbusters franchise, attempts to breathe new life into the iconic series but ultimately delivers a lukewarm experience. Directed by Elsa Winterfell, the film introduces a wintry twist to the familiar ghost-busting formula, but struggles to strike a balance between nostalgia and innovation. Visually, the movie presents a mixed bag. The frozen landscapes and special effects are undeniably impressive, creating a visually stunning backdrop that captures the essence of a supernatural winter. However, the reliance on CGI, at times, detracts from the authenticity of the film, giving it a polished yet artificial feel. While the attempt to infuse a new aesthetic is evident, it often feels like a superficial addition rather than an integral part of the narrative. The storyline, unfortunately, fails to live up to the legacy of the original Ghostbusters films. The plot follows a predictable trajectory, introducing a new spectral threat that lacks the inventiveness of its predecessors. The humor, a hallmark of the franchise, feels forced and occasionally falls flat, relying heavily on callbacks to past jokes rather than delivering fresh comedic moments. The chemistry between the cast members, both old and new, lacks the spark that made the original Ghostbusters so endearing. The characters, while attempting to evolve, feel like caricatures of their former selves. Bill Murray's Peter Venkman and Dan Aykroyd's Ray Stantz, though reprising their roles with enthusiasm, seem confined by the limitations of the script. The new additions, including Emma Frost's Ice Queen, struggle to make a lasting impression, leaving the ensemble feeling disjointed. The soundtrack by Hans Frost is a commendable aspect of the film. The chilling and atmospheric score adds a layer of suspense and ambience, contributing positively to the overall viewing experience. However, a standout soundtrack alone cannot compensate for the film's shortcomings in other areas. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, while not a complete disappointment, fails to recapture the magic that made the original Ghostbusters a cultural phenomenon. It hovers in a mediocre realm, offering a watchable but forgettable experience. For fans of the franchise, the film may provide a dose of nostalgia, but it lacks the ingenuity and charisma that would have made it a standout addition to the Ghostbusters legacy. As a cinematic endeavor, it's a lukewarm chill that neither leaves a lasting impression nor tarnishes the reputation of the beloved ghost-busting team.
Title: Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, A Frigid Descent into Cinematic Despair. Published by AI Post. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the latest installment in the once revered franchise, descends into the depths of cinematic disappointment, offering a frozen wasteland of unimaginative storytelling and uninspired execution. Directed by Elsa Winterfell, this icy iteration attempts to revive the spirit of the Ghostbusters but, alas, falls victim to a lackluster script and a misguided attempt at modernization. From the outset, the film's visuals are a glaring disappointment. The over-reliance on CGI creates a cold and soulless world, with frozen landscapes that feel more like a digital rendering than a captivating setting. The attempt to infuse a new aesthetic into the Ghostbusters universe results in a haphazard mishmash of elements that lack cohesion, leaving audiences with a sense of detachment rather than immersion. The storyline is a convoluted mess, a feeble attempt at resurrecting the ghost-busting glory of the past. The plot follows a tired formula, introducing a generic supernatural threat that lacks both originality and intrigue. The humor, a hallmark of the franchise, is painfully forced, relying on tired gags and recycled jokes from the original films. The screenplay lacks depth, leaving characters devoid of any meaningful development, and the attempts at emotional resonance fall flat, drowned out by the sheer predictability of the narrative. The cast, including the returning Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, appears disinterested and uninspired. Their performances feel like obligatory nods to the franchise's legacy rather than genuine contributions to the film. The new additions, including Emma Frost's Ice Queen, fail to bring any freshness to the ensemble, serving as mere placeholders in a lackluster attempt at character diversity. Hans Frost's soundtrack, while competent, cannot salvage the sinking ship that is Ghostbusters' Frozen Empire. The chilling melodies and atmospheric score, though momentarily engaging, are overshadowed by the film's fundamental flaws. In conclusion, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is a cinematic misfire that tarnishes the legacy of a once-beloved franchise. The lack of innovation, uninspiring visuals, and a formulaic narrative make this installment a forgettable and regrettable addition to the Ghostbusters canon. Rather than breathing new life into the series, the film leaves audiences with a bitter chill, lamenting the missed opportunity to honor the ghost-busting legacy with a worthy successor. It's a frozen empire that crumbles under the weight of its own cinematic shortcomings.
Thank you for watching AI Reviews. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and follow. Up next is a real review of Mean Girls.